Celtic nations firmly believed that at certain times of the year, the boundaries between the mortal and unearthly realms briefly thinned or broke down. It was further accepted as being true that this veil between the two worlds was at its thinnest at this time of year, on Halloween, Samhain, All Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day. In Latin America, however, it's called Dia de los Muertos, which is the Spanish for Day of the Dead. In Mexico, relatives make garlands, wreaths and crosses of real and paper flowers of every colour to place on the graves of deceased relatives, the morning of All Souls' Day. The family will spend the entire day at the cemetery. Their pastor will visit the cemetery, preach and offer prayers for the dead, and then bless the individual graves. And skeleton candy is given to the children. Similar practices occur in Louisiana. The relatives whitewash and clean the tombstones and prepare garlands, wreaths and crosses of real and paper flowers to decorate them. In the afternoon of All Saints, the priest processes around the cemetery, blessing the graves and reciting the rosary. Candles are lit near the graves at dusk, one for each member of the deceased. On All Souls' Day, Mass is usually offered at the cemetery. In the Middle Ages, superstitious beliefs, probably influenced from Celtic paganism, held that the souls in purgatory appeared on All Souls' Day as witches, toads, goblins, etc., to persons who committed wrongs against them during their lives on earth. For this reason, some ethnic groups also prepared food offerings to feed and to appease the spirits on this day. These practices are probably remnants of the Celtic Samhain festivities. Nevertheless, All Souls' Day, as well as All Saints' Day, are rooted in Christian belief and arose in this life of the Church through a healthy spirituality, despite some pagan trappings that may have survived and have remained attached to the celebration. That last sentence, I feel that it should be reversed, that Christianity took a pagan celebration once again and made it theirs. Ancient Irish people believed that the souls of the dead would return to their family home. The dead were believed to be repositories of wisdom and law, and that during this blessed period they would return to speak to their descendants here on earth. Great care was taken, therefore, on All Souls' Night to ensure that they felt welcome. Returning ancestors, it was believed, would bestow two main gifts: the ability to remember the old days and traditions, and the ability to hold a deeper understanding of how we are forever linked to our bloodline. To this end, earlier in the day, graves would be visited and cleaned and candles left to burn. At home, to prepare for the arrival of the dead, Irish families would light a warm fire, sweep the floor, put a place setting of available cutlery on the kitchen table for each current generation's deceased relative. A bowl of spring water and a container of salt was also present, the latter representing the meal you would have prepared for them when they were on this side. With the door to the house left unlocked for the night, a candle for each of those who had passed over was lit and placed in the window that faced the direction of the cemetery. When evening prayers were said before bed, these candles would be extinguished, with possibly one allowed to burn out. Many of these traditions have now died out in Ireland, but today on our island, All Souls still remains a day of commemoration when prayers and masses are said for those dearly beloved who have passed on. And it's also celebrated at large with many pagans who go back to the Celtic traditions, adopt them and make them part of their lives. So whatever you are doing today to celebrate the passing of loved ones or to talk about your ancestors, delve deep into your own family history, enjoy. Do what pleases you. Do what you think your ancestors would be proud. Take care and have a lovely day.